All right. All right, welcome to the Kyle Bass Fascial Maneuver Experience. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your attention. It's incredibly valuable. So for today's class, we're just gonna go over just some of the basic foundation maneuvers. But before we do that, we're just we're gonna do a thing called the Zen swing. So what the Zen swing looks like, this is a little Tai Chi, a little Qigong. And then as we're doing this, we're just gonna tune into our body. You can add a breath to it, whatever feels good. Just kind of swaying the joints around. So just get moving. Add a little spiral to your hands if you want. All right, we'll do this next one. This one's called ape hands. So we go up, and then we go down, we go up, and we go down. Think about just throwing all that negative energy back into the earth. Inhale on the top, exhale on the bottom. You can raise up to your tippy toes if you feel a little bit more advanced. All right, good. Okay, so now, just gonna go over a couple landmarks I like to tune into just while we're doing the practice, just to help us with balance. The first landmark is gonna be the bubbly fountain, which is right here on the middle of your foot right here. This is your kidney meridian line. So the way that you engage that meridian line is through the different arcs of your foot. So you got medial, transversal, and longitudinal, what is it called? Lateral. So what I want us to focus on first is the lateral one. So the lateral one's gonna be in the outside of our foot. So what I wanna do is I wanna put pressure on my 4th and 5th metatarsal. So I'm pressing into that point. So I'm staying strong on my outside. And then we're gonna go into the inside of the foot. And I wanna think about being long through that arch. And then my last one is this transverse right here. And I wanna think about just being light on my heels, just nice and light on my heels. So that's gonna be our first landmark, right? You feel the bubbly fountain kind of engage, softening the knees. The next landmark is gonna be our belly button. So the pelvic lock, so just holding, bringing that in, right? You can think about sucking your stomach kick in and pulling your belly button to your spine and just gently lifting the pelvis upward. So that's gonna be our next landmark. And our last one is gonna be our Wu Wei point. So the Wu Wei point is just behind our calic. In Chinese medicine, they call this the point where many things meet. All right, so we have our foundation in our feet, right? We have our integrity in our core, and then we wanna feel suspended through that back of the neck. So you feel like instead of keeping our head forward, we really wanna lift that skull up. So anytime during the practice, you can go back to these 3 different points. So the first one we're gonna do is totally twisted. So the way that we get into it is we're gonna cross our right foot over, and our right hand is gonna go underneath our left armpit. And then our left hand's gonna go on top of our right arm. And we're gonna just pay attention to those landmarks. Pull the belly button in, and then we're gonna turn our head to the left and our body to the right. And then what I want us to do is I wanna take our tongue and just find a tight spot in our cheek and press firmly into it. And then we're gonna breathe together. So we're gonna breathe through our nose, out through our nose. So we'll go breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're gonna move into our stage breath. So we're gonna breathe in, a little more, a little more. Really soften those shoulders. See if you can twist a little bit more and then let it go. We'll do that again, breathe in, A little more. A little more. Soften those shoulders. Twist the shoulder girdle a little bit more. Let it go. We'll do that one last time, so breathe in. A little more. A little more. Soften, twist, let it go. And then we're just gonna go 6 cooling breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, now slowly come back to the center, and then we're gonna turn our head over that right shoulder, body to the left, and then same thing with the tongue. We're gonna find that nice tight spot, stick it in there firmly, and then we'll breathe 6 times. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll do our stage breath. So we'll breathe in, a little more, a little more, soften, twist, let it go. Do that again, breathe in, a little more, a little more, hold it, twist, let it go. We'll do it one more time, so breathe in. A little more, a little more. Soften, twist, let it go. And then we'll do 6 cooling breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll slowly unwind, shake it out, dance it out, walk it off, whatever feels good. Feel nice and tingly in the hands. How are we feeling?
Good. I didn't do them this morning. I'm here.
So we'll do the same thing. We'll do it on the other side. So we'll go left foot across, left hand under, right hand over. Find those landmarks. Press into your feet. Pull the belly button in. Reach through the crown, and then we're gonna turn our head to the right. Body to the left, and then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna stick our tongue in a tight spot, and then we'll breathe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll do our stage. So breathe in, a little more. A little more. Soften, twist, let it go. Do that again, breathe in. A little more. A little more. Soften, twist, let it go. Breathe in. A little more. A little more. Soften, twist, let it go. Do that one last time, breathe in. A little more. A little more. Soften, twist, let it go. And then we'll do our 6 cooling breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll return to center, and then we'll gently turn that head to the left, body to the right. Find those landmarks, and then we'll stick our tongue in a tight spot, And then we'll breathe in through our nose, out through our nose. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, then we'll go stage, we'll breathe in, a little more, a little more. Soften, twist, let it go. Do that again, breathe in, a little more, a little more. Soften, twist, let it go. Do that one last time, breathe in, a little more, a little more. Soften, twist, let it go. And then we'll do our 6 cooling breaths. So we'll go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One last time, in and out. So they can come back to center. Let it release it, let it go. Dance, wiggle, walk it off. And since we're a more advanced group, you know, add your style, add your flavors, whatever feels good. So the next one what we'll do is we'll do anti-gravity. So we'll just go feet about hip width apart, whatever feels good. And then what we'll do is we'll clasp our hands together, and then we'll clasp our thumbs together, and then we'll go right behind the neck. And we just want to go down to the base of the neck. You have 2 dimples right here. We're just going to go right below those dimples, and then we're going to lift up firmly. So we can steer our elbows out nice and wide, feel that nice elongation through the stomach, and then we're going to look up and we're going to breathe through our mouth. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So keep that tug on the neck, and then we're going to bring our chin towards our chest and bring those elbows in. Keep our heart open, and now we're just going to turn the cervical spine. So we'll breathe in, look up to the right, and look up to the left. So we'll breathe in, look up to the right, exhale down, breathe in, to the left, exhale down, breathe in, to the right, down, breathe in, to the left, down, to the right, down, breathe in, to the left, down. So now we'll go to our thoracic, keep that nice tug. We're gonna soften our knees, stick the booty out, and feel like you're pulling your head off of your spine. So we wanna steer our elbows wide this time, and we wanna look, keep our gaze upward, and then we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna breathe in, up to the right and down. Breathe in, to the left and down. Breathe in, to the right and down. Breathe in, to the left and down. Breathe in, to the right and down. One last time, breathe in, to the left and down. So now we're gonna go into the lumbar. So we're gonna tuck the chin again, bring the elbows in, and just go as low as you can go. You can put your elbows between your knees, and then we're just gonna breathe 3 times down here. Be free to move around, sway forward, sway back, whatever feels good. So we'll breathe in and out, in and out, in and out. All right, so now we're gonna keep our head down, but we're gonna raise our butt and our hips up to the air in this pike position. We can lock out our knees if we want. We can keep them soft, whatever feels good. And then we're just gonna take a moment. We can sway around and we'll just breathe. So we'll go in and out, in
and out. In and out. And then we're going to slowly inch up, vertebrae by vertebrae. You can take a breath if you want in. We want to go and look up to the sky. Feel that nice stretch and just drop the hands. Oh yeah. One of my favorite ones.
Wake you up?
Yeah, I did. So I've been playing, guys, when I'm down there with this. I've been rotating up.
I love that.
Here and breathing on the opposite side. It's like such a good everywhere down to the heel stretch for me.
Kyle, I've never played with that when you're down here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. I like that too.
Yeah, just be free to move intuitively, whatever feels good. The only thing I guess we want to remain, consistent with is just the breathing, just breathing together, just keeping that rhythm. But as far as the structure, just feel free to move around. The next one we'll do swinger. So this one's good for the hips and the shoulders. So you can play around with your breath. You can breathe through your nose, breathe through your mouth. I'm just going to breathe through my mouth the whole time. But be free to play around with the different breaths. So what we'll do is you'll find those landmarks and keep that chest nice and big and just inch your hands down until they touch about the top of your knees. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand and put it on my left shoulder. And then I'm going to take my left hand and I'm just going to grab my right arm where the tricep is, and I want to pull it and I want to pin it towards my elbow. And then I'm going to look to the right and my body to the left, and just sink into a squat, like hitting a golf ball. And then we'll breathe 6 times. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And slowly come up, wiggle it out, walk around, integrate it. All right, cool. And then something to play around too is the pulsing. So breathing, like inhaling up and then exhaling down, something just kind of loosen up a little bit, just adds a little bit different intent. So we'll try that on this one. So we'll, same thing, find your landmarks, and then we'll inch our hands down to the top of our knees. And then we'll take that left hand and put it on our right shoulder. Grab it and pin it, just on the meaty part of your shoulder. Then take the right hand, grab your arm, pull it down towards your tricep, and then we're going to turn our head to the left, body to the right, and then we'll breathe in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in, out, in and out. And then slowly unwind. Oh, that one felt good. Got a little sticker. Little pokey guy. How we feeling? Good. Just kind of tap into the body, see how it feels when you arrived and now. So now the next one what we'll do is we'll do pullover. So pullover is good for the lungs and the kidneys. And we're really gonna try to focus on this region of our body right here. So really trying to breathe into that thoracolumbar region of our body. It's where most of our connective tissue is. So the way we do this one is we're gonna take our left hand and put it on our right shoulder. And then we're gonna just grab a good meaty part, really try to pin it. Again, that's the most important part. Just really pin those fingers. And then take that right hand and we're just gonna go more on the lat, on the left side. And then we're gonna turn our head towards our right shoulder. And then we're gonna lift our right shoulder up. And then we're gonna breathe in. And then as we fold, we wanna fold our shoulder towards our left knee into a squat. So I'm making one side short, the other side nice and long, and then breathe out. And then we're just gonna breathe 6 times here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then slowly come up. Feel that expansion in that right side.
Ooh, I'm like lightheaded.
Nice and lightheaded, creating space.
It used to be my least favorite, now it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get into.
But now I love it. I used to be like, oh, not pullover.
So you're kind of like in this one, you're kind of coiling one side and you're making one side nice and long as you're pulling it over. Kind of like pulling your shirt over. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do it on the other side. So we'll take the right hand on the left shoulder. Just go out just outside the shoulder, right on a meaty part. Just pin that skin. And then take that left hand and then grab a meaty part of your lat and try to pull those 2 points away from each other. And then same thing, we're gonna look over our left shoulder. And then we're gonna raise that left side as far as we can, keep the integrity in our core. And then we're gonna breathe in. And then we're gonna fold that left shoulder over towards our right knee in a squat and then let it go. And then we're just gonna breathe 6 times here. So go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, 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 and then slowly come up.
I'll have to try it narrow sometime. I go wide.
Yeah, play around with the different styles. Widen the feet, make it more narrow.
Yeah, let's do it this side.
You didn't leave me hanging.
All right, the last one, I think the most trickiest one to get into is going to be the pretzel squat. So the way that we do the pretzel squat is we're going to take our left foot and then we're going to take our right foot and then tee it. And then we're going to step out about 3 feet. And then when we get here, we want to lock our knees in. So we're locking our knees. We can even kind of put our hands on our hips and kind of sway that around. So we're locking that into place. And now what we want to do with our left hand is we want to reach as far as we can while keeping integrity in our core, like we're giving someone a handshake. And then we're going to take that left hand, or that right hand, and we're going to place it on our left glute. And just, you want to feel that engage. So once we get here, we're going to take that left hand and put it on our right shoulder. And we're going to take that right hand and put it in the middle of your back, palm facing up. And then we're going to turn our head over our left shoulder. And then we're going to dip into a squat. Once we get here, we're just going to breathe 6 times through our mouth. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what we're going to do, we're going to switch the duties of the hands. And then we're gonna turn the body to the left, heads over that right shoulder now, and then we're gonna breathe 6 times. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then slowly unwind. Feel that pelvic floor when you move around, take a walk. Mm-hmm.
What resonates emotionally for me. I fight that one.
Yeah, I usually fight totally twisted. That's usually always mine. Uh-huh. Yeah, so wherever you're feeling that tension, we really want to turn into it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit different for everybody just based on movement patterns, but when you find it, that's where you really want to twist into it.
I think it's more about, for me, having, like, feeling a lack of support in that one because of the stance, the gait.
Mm-hmm.
I feel unsure about my strength.
Gotcha.
You know, so working with that, working with finding my power. But yeah, I there's always like this little bit of a fear that comes up with me in that one. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it gets in deep into the root, and that's like all safety and security. So yeah, just really try to breathe into that as best you can. And with the breath too, another thing you can focus on is really that exhale. So really trying to extinguish that tension with the exhale and then allowing ourselves to receive our inhales. So anytime you find that point, you can extinguish it with that exhale. And so we'll do it on the other side. So we'll take the right foot and then we'll tee it off with the left. And then we'll step about 3 feet. Good, and then we'll reach that right hand as far as you can. You just take that left hand, just kind of feel the glutes, make sure they're engaged. And then take that right hand and put it on the left shoulder. And then you're gonna take that left hand, palm facing up on the back, whatever feels comfortable. And we're gonna turn our head over that right shoulder, pull that belly button in, and then sink into a squat, nice and slow. And then we'll breathe 6 times here, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch the duty of the hands. And then on this one, just play around with the sway. So we'll breathe 6 times, so go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly come up. Woo!
Not being safe.
Yeah.
I felt it on that one, and I really enjoyed it. And then when the sway, I couldn't sway. I was like, I don't feel safe enough.
Yeah.
So-
It's definitely a safety.
So it is a safety thing. Yeah.
It's
I
like-
like that.
And it makes sense. I had some visions of my childhood trauma with trauma with doctor and
When you were doing
things.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming up.
Yeah. So
You want to try it supported?
Ooh, that's ooh.
yeah.
You want to try it supported? Yeah, let's try it
Yeah.
supported.
Yes.
Do- So we can all of us can get on it. We can all just grab an ankle, whatever you guys feel called to do. You can grab an ankle. You can hold her head. You can anything you guys feel like you can grab onto and twist.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
we'll just get right into it.
I already feel tears. Okay.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
Release.
I think kind of want to do the same side.
And you don't have to do it necessarily this way. You can add the crossover version of it. Remember we did that at the workshop?
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier if you feel more comfortable doing that.
Okay.
Whatever you feel.
Okay.
Step out, yeah. And then, yeah, we can get in. And then I can go on her knee and I can twist right here. And then someone can grab her head. Just give her support, whatever you guys feel. And then
I think this knee needs support over here.
Okay.
Yep.
You get that? Okay.
Yeah.
and everyone just ground into your energy.
Okay, I'm stuck now.
I'm gonna help you up. Ready?
Yeah.
2, 3.
But you know what was cool, guys, is I was able to get past that point of like feeling like I couldn't.
I felt you release deeper.
Yeah,
when we
I
were all-
felt like I
So what's good?
felt like I couldn't. There was this, yes, thank you. And it was like the opposite of fear. It was like, okay, I can. So,
Nice.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that was cool.
All right, so that is the Kyle Bass Fascial maneuver experience. Thank you for playing around, yeah, and playing for and being vulnerable and asking for support and help. That's something that I tend to struggle with too as well, so I definitely relate. Any feedback? You guys, anything more of, less of?
You were super chill, which is good for me to learn from. I appreciate that.
And
You know,
I
you're
like.
so relaxed.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I like how you at the beginning how you told us to focus on the feet and that's and you would instead of saying hold in your stomach you would say go to your I forgot what you said
Landmarks?
landmarks.
Points of intention? Yeah, well, yeah, you want to put.
because then I clicked in and I had to suck in.
Yeah, I agree.
Points of landmarks.
That was great.
That was
That
really
was
good.
great.
I was trying to remember that.
Because then it's more than just spinal pelvic block.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And it's just landmarks.
Well, yeah, when I do the totally twisted, yeah, just like, because a lot of us are head forward, right? So you can change the pressure by just simply like,
Yeah.
you know, raising from that crown
Yeah.
and almost feeling like you're suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, a lot of us are here to feel lighter, and that's kind of like a suspension point. It's kind of the difference between sitting on a bench and sitting on a swing.
Yeah.
When you sit on a swing, you feel really suspended, and we can kind of create that same kind of feeling.
Yeah. Wow, that
great.
was amazing. Yeah, it was great.
I like the breathing and the counting. I get lost sometimes, especially when you're putting your tongue in your cheek, whether I'm supposed to, even though I know it, breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. And I always found that in their videos I got lost, but listening to you,
I'm agreed.
you know, on the breathe, and then when you're like in through your nose, out through your mouth, like talking about that more, it just helps. Because if you're focused on the locking and the breathing and
Definitely.
I get lost.
Yeah, you kind of hold your breath. That's
Yeah.
what I do. And then I forget to breathe. I'm like, oh yeah. And it's good that we all breathe together at the same time.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
rhythm of it.
it's so
It's so
different in class
powerful. It's like-
than doing it on your own. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
Definitely.
so powerful. It's like you
So
feel,
powerful.
yeah.
I'm so grateful for this.
Me too.
Yeah.
And so are you going to do it into like classes? So for someone like me who now sits at a desk all the time, I would like more shoulder.
Yeah, so
It's like this is great and basics. I loved all of this. This felt great. And I'm like, all right, I'm a little tight still over here. I'm not
yeah,
over there.
yeah. So I was thinking I was just gonna start teaching 2 classes a week, and then what you guys can do is you'll sign up like on a Google form, and then on the Google form you can list all the stuff you're feeling tension, or whether it's emotional, whether it's physical. So then I can curate an experience that's catered to you guys.
Great idea. Yeah.
And then yeah, we can make one day more like basic stuff. So when we have beginners, we can kind of teach them and help them out. And then we can make more an advanced one where we're working more with partners. However we want to I'm open to feedback and suggestions.
Partner, like at the end, like those that want to stay, want to work on your shoulder, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, kind of curating like maybe, because it's intuitive, right? That's what we're trying to tap back into. So I'm just doing this for the class, for just to keep it the basic maneuvers. But yeah, I love the input of what you guys are feeling, just like kind of like Lisa, kind of like, hey, I didn't feel supported in that one.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, you know,
Yeah,
speaking out. And
let's all support her and do this.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's like a synarchy, right? It's
Yeah.
like a synarchy. It's like, yeah, I'm here and I'm kind of guiding you through the rhythm of the breaths. But as far as what maneuvers you guys want to do, I'm completely open to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yesterday it was cool on the beach because we did some fashion maneuvers, you know, just basic reset stuff. He did this really cool totally twisted that was just all inclusive. And then we went into the rope and it's just a cool synergy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's really nice to be able to incorporate this with other techniques. And
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
I like your style too. You do it different than Gary. I mean, you put extra stuff in.
Oh,
Not
he's
that Gary.
Gary went 1Y or do 1R?
1R.
Did he
2R,
do-
2R.
Yeah.
2R Gary.
Are you, which one are you? I can't
I'm
remember.
1R.
You're one
I'm
R.
the
Come on,
other.
he's a 1R
I'm
The
Gary.
the other
other Gary
Gary.
helps me.
I'm TOG.
And I'm the other
Gary.
Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
We're gonna tell people we're having a fashion maneuver with Gary and Cindy are going.
And then 800 people are going to show up, and then they're going to be like, "Oh,
Oh, the
it's
other
very
Gary.
disappointing."
Gary's here, yeah.
I didn't lie.
Definitely. But yeah, we could click pause on this, but if you guys want to do like more like focused stuff and what you guys are feeling, I mean